Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light Season of the Lost Intel. And today is our very first XUR day for this season. It's quite exciting because XUR has gotten an updated cache of loot. So we're going to cover him as well as everything else circulating in the community as such, as far as glitches, farms, trials, or the lack thereof this week. But before I get into all that information, I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on all the post notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have that secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Today, XUR can be found in the tower hangar once again. He's found here most days, I would say, more often than not. And, as I said, he has an updated cache of loot. He is not just selling the exotics now, but he is selling old legendary weapons, as well as old gear from specific activities. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was the Forge gear? Maybe people who, I think so, people who haven't played for very long, there was an activity called the Forge, or about a year and a half ago, that we could do that rewarded this loot, and it's gone now. But today, for exotic loot, he's selling something pretty awesome. The tractor cannon. It's kind of funny to say that this is such a good exotic. It's, in my opinion, one of the most slept on exotics because it has been around for so long. But there are so many glitches that can only be done when you have this weapon, or at least they can be done properly when you have this weapon, and none so big as one that is currently circulating in the community at present. And this has to do with the baby hammers, which is middle tree on the Titan and Solar class. You get a little hammer that you can throw, and that hammer can get charged with another exotic. I believe it's Worm God's Caress. And it can do some pretty big DPS. It used to be able to do 100k in one shot if you got the Roaring Flames, which was the perk from the Worm God's Caress, running at the same time, and you used a weapon like this to create a debuff to whatever enemy you wanted to kill. Well, now that's like buffed up like 10 times, because for some reason the hammer can bounce now. So if you land it in the right spot on a raid boss like Riven or Atheon on their foot, it'll not only do the initial point of damage, plus, you know, you're getting a debuff if you hit them with this weapon. So you're hitting for about 36,000 a shot, and if it bounces correctly, which it often does, or sometimes even glitches, because it's like hitting and phasing between the particles of like the foot, or the frames of the foot on whatever enemy you're killing, it basically will do like 10 or sometimes 15 hits, I saw once, in a row. And yeah, one shot's everything. I don't know how long that's going to last for. Probably going to be patched by next week. But this is a good weapon to have for all those kind of things when they do arise. They're fun to do. We also have the Knucklehead Radar for the Hunter class. This is a 61 total roll, not bad. We have the Doomfang Pauldrons for the Titan class with a 63 total roll, also pretty good. Make sure you maybe pick these up. And we have the Prometheus Spurs for the Warlock class. This is also a 63 total roll, so also not bad. Pretty good loot as far as the exotics are concerned. Doomfang Pauldrons, I think, are having a re-emergence at the moment, so maybe be on the lookout for them. You can also get your exotic engram. Exotic ciphers are over on the second page now. Remember, if you have an exotic cipher, you will not be able to pick up an exotic cipher, so if it's not available to you, it's probably because you have one sitting around somewhere. Exotic ciphers are great to have because you can turn them in for exotics at the tower kiosk. Things like Sleeper Simulant, which is also pretty busted at the moment. Talk about that in a later video. As I said, we also have the legendary gear. We have the True Prophecy, which 120s are not meta at the moment, but not a bad roll on this True Prophecy. Maybe pick it up if they ever do come back. We have the Escape Velocity submachine gun with Overflow and Osmosis. I don't know how the 900s are fitting in at the moment. The 600s seem to be pretty good. Last Dance sidearms. Sidearms seem very good. This is a really good one. Probably more for, well, this could be good for PvE or PvP, honestly. Dragonfly and Quick Draw. I always keep a Last Dance sitting around somewhere just because they have such high impact for sidearms, and they are pretty quick. We have the main ingredient, Fusion Rifle. Fusion Rifles are super busted at the moment if you have this mod, the Linear Fusion Rifle Scavenger mod, or excuse me, let's see, it's this mod right here. This one, the Fusion Scavenger. This thing is ridiculous. I'm going to talk about this more in another video, but this mod is completely broken. Basically, it allows you to get unlimited heavy ammo if you have it. We'll discuss more later, but we also have another fusion rifle, Hollowed Words. Both of these are, this one's a little bit more high impact. I would actually go with the higher impact fusion rifles than the faster charging ones, but both of these are pretty good at the moment. This one has Rampage on it, so that's actually really good. And then we have the 7th Seraph machine gun. Kind of don't know really where it fits in at the moment, but we also have the Bite of the Fox, which is interesting because this is an Iron Banner sniper rifle for the primary slot, and this is that's pretty good for the kinetic slot. I shouldn't say the primary because it doesn't really matter anymore, but for the kinetic slot, pretty interesting because of what you compare this with. It's not the greatest roll on it. Explosive payload isn't terrible, but you really want like a snapshot sight on these. But these are the high impact snipers, which in my opinion are probably the best snipers, because regardless of the impact, doesn't really affect how fast the sniper can aim down sight if you can get a right roll on it. And these are great because if you body shot someone with this, you can quickly switch out to your primary, whatever it is, usually a hand cannon, and you can just double tap them. Always been one of my favorites. So it's kind of cool to see this. I don't see any of these really, but see this one specifically in XUR's cache. We also have this legendary armor with pretty much 63 total roll on the legs, 62 on the helmet. Not bad gear all around. 60 and 59 on the chest, 60 on the gloves. So I don't know. If there's something you need to pick up as far as a better roll, maybe look at the helmet and boots. They're not bad this week. I don't know exactly. These wouldn't be great for the Warlock class, but they might be good for a different class. Remember, you also can get your exotic Ingram. Let me pick this up. I got the Sanguine Alchemy. I think I've gotten that like a million times. But that's it for XUR today. Now, in other news, let's make our way around the Destiny universe at the moment. Dreaming City, big place to hang out. New activity, I don't know what to say about it. It's okay. Not really a reason for me to do it, to be honest, because we're only giving a powerful tier 1. Legendary Lost Sectors for today, you can be found in the Strand, excuse me. And the other one, let's see, is it in the EDZ? No. Is it on Europa? No. Maybe in the Cosmodrome. Where is this other legendary lost sector? Untitled Chapter. Yes. The empty tank. For this one is for arms, and this one is for the legs. Now this, it's a 1350. I'm not sure how difficult this I can't pronounce it. This one. I don't really know how difficult this particular Legendary Lost Sector is at the moment. But the exotic boots or leg armors are really the thing that people should be going for right now, because we have the Radiant Dance Machines for the Hunter class, which are totally broken. You can get infinite dodge with that and essentially infinite super if you build it right. It's crazy. There's so many broken things, which is probably why Trials is canceled this week. I don't know if Trials is returning maybe later this week than today, but I assume it's canceled for the whole weekend. They usually do this sometimes at the beginning of the season because they need to sort of work the bugs out of the system, so to speak. There are all these glitches going on. There's an infinite heavy glitch. There's an infinite super glitch. It's nuts. So, unfortunately, we don't have Trials this week. I did talk about, in my last video, the Harbinger Pinnacle glitch. Essentially, you can get infinite pinnacles by doing this over and over again. Check out my last video if you want to know more details on that one. For the Nightfall this week, it is the Hollowed Lair. Old, well, I guess it's an older strike at this point, a couple years old, but it's a good strike because at 1320, which is really the sweet spot to do it with a fire team, or if you want to do it solo, you can get a 100k at 1320. All you have to do is make sure that you kill all the enemies and try to kill the boss by around 20 minutes. That's about how long you have before you'll start losing points, and I think it's 22 minutes before you actually can't gain any more points altogether. So at 20 minutes, you can farm up all the kills you need to that point, and then you will start losing points. You'll still be able to gain some from enemy kills, but you'll start to lose some, and then at 22 minutes, you can't gain any more points altogether. So try to get as close to 100k. I think you get about 1,500 or 2,000 points for the boss kill at 1320. And that is going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found this helpful. More stuff to come over the course of the weekend. We'll be covering a few more of those other glitches that I mentioned. If you've watched this far, please leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag Season of the Lost or a hashtag Beyond Light in the comments section down below to be entered into that giveaway. Second time for this video. Remember, we're giving away, it's going to be a seasonal pass. So basically, everything that you don't have in the game or an equivalent in games as such. I believe the seasonal pass was about $100. So anything that you don't have will get you at 50,000. So remember to subscribe for that and more Destiny content. As always, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time. Little